Okay, so it seems we're live. So I will go ahead and tell you what this session is all about. So, mm, so I've built this bookmark app. Uh, I always liked bookmark managers. Once upon a time, I had one that was nice and that I loved. It was called Nellytab, but it has since been flagged as malware in the Chrome Web Store, and it has been removed. So I did use after that another solution called Speed Dial 2. It's a pretty well-known Chrome extension, and it was okay, but I was not happy with it because for tabs you had to go over some web. You could do tabs, but it was pretty inaccessible in the layout. And also, you couldn't really do category on a page, which is something that I really like because if I have a bunch of bookmarks, I don't want them to be just a big blob of bookmarks. I want to be able to target bookmarks because I've sorted them in categories. So this is why I created this app called BruteBookmarks. At first, it was only some kind of playing around with. At the time, it was ChatGPT. It was GPT-5 codex, and it was my first experience coding outside of Houdini. It was my second actually because I did a small Python utility to manage folders, and I couldn't go anywhere with it because GPT-5 was good, but I wasn't used to that at all. And at some point, I just moved on the other subject. But a few time after, there was the release of Opus 4.5, and Opus 4.5, as I'm sure you know, has been a real game changer because it enabled a lot of people who don't really know anything about web app development and coding in general to do really cool stuff with it. And BruteBookmark started to become more and more interesting to me. And I spend a lot of time doing it, polishing it. And now I'm pretty happy with it. It's functional. It has a lot of features. I designed it in a way that I think is fun, at least that I like. And yes, I want to share it. So I I know that for many people it will be considered slop, but for me it's a project that I've been really passionate about, and also that allowed me to put my to discover a world that is really fascinating and that I really like. So today, today the idea is so like I said, I want to share with Bookmark, and I would like to have users besides just me and a few friends. So I decided that I would promote it, and doing so, I think it can be also content for the channel because this channel is about experimenting, building in public, trying out new tools, and yeah, I've been I've been wanting to try Rive for quite a long time. My interest for it has doubled since the since that since AI has become so powerful, uh, because there are apparently relationships between Rive and coding. Because so I don't really know much about Rive, and this session is me trying it out with an idea in mind, but mostly trying to figure out my way around it without having learned anything prior to that. So it will probably be catastrophic, but I don't know. I just want to do that. And so yeah, I made a little outline like I'm always doing for those lives. So this is for another day. It was our previous. Anyways, let's move on. So yeah, so I was explaining the why. So I want to promote bookmarks. I want to use Rive doing so. I have I have several stuff that I need promotion for. The first one is I need a video for the Chrome Web Store. This is not a question. I'd like a nice animation for the landing page of BruteBookmark, or at least the page you arrive to when you sign up for the first time. Yeah, this was really clever too. Because I will show you if I go in incognito mode and yeah, I'm greeted with that. First of all, it's not really here. It's not really the artistic direction, so this has to be redone. And it would be nice to have a little animation. And I had something in mind, and I realized that it was pretty close to the spirit of the animation that you find on the channel titles of Linus Tech Tips. So once we're there, I'll pull up the reference uh, because yeah, it's pretty much the kind of thing I want to do. And so I have this thing that I need to do, and I have Reels for Instagram. And I have probably other surfaces that I could create videos for. And the other day I was starting to work in After Effects, and I was like, yeah, but I took a Rive subscription for doing exactly that. So now is the time to try it out. And if I see that uh, it's not really, I think for this item, I really need Rive. But for the reels, it's just maybe procrastination for not doing them in After Effects. I don't know. I like After Effects, but it's not as exciting as trying out a new tool. And yeah, so that's why we're here today. So what I know about Rive. So I discovered Rive thanks to the School of Motion podcast, which is a really nice source of information. Discovered through School of Motion podcast. I know that it's two brothers that have built this app, and Hive has a renderer that has been built from the ground up to render vector graphics. I also know that uh, there is a big part of the software that is called the state machine. The state machine, from my understanding at this point, is something that allows to know the state of the cursor on a web page or something like that. It has to do with triggered animation. Uh, Unlike After Effects, I understand that in Rive, you have events and not a timeline triggering animations. And this is where it happens. What else do I know? I know that Duolingo is built on Rive. at least Duolingo animation system. And the wrap of LinkedIn have been done in Rive. And I saw it was a very big node spaghetti graph of Rive. So Rive has nodes. Rive has a node editor. So here it is. This is what I know. I should probably make those two bigger. And give them color. Yeah. So you two, hey, be nice. What I'd like to know, can you use Rive as a classic video renderer? I think probably yes. And even if it's not the case, there must be some hacks to do so. I mean, remotion is a thing, so I don't see why you couldn't do something like that in Rive. Integration with AI tools. So it is my understanding that Rive is really intertwined with the world of web development, and web apps and things like that. So, and I think I've seen a screenshot of some kind of AI IDE inside of the UI. So I really do wonder how raster media are handled. Like, can you use videos? Do they go through a vectorization pipeline? Questions like that. Can you use photos? I have absolutely no clue. Can you work with a timeline, or is it triggered event only? What else? How much of design tools are built in versus things you have to import? And yes, another thing that I know about Rive is that it shares the same space as the Lottie file system that I have never used, but I also understand that it allows to bring After Effects somehow to the browser. I don't know exactly how, but uh, yeah, I keep hearing about it in the School of Motion uh, weekly video and in the podcast. So here it is. So maybe we will revisit this list at the end of the live, but we're almost ready to start this hour of probably utter failure. And yeah. So the other day I found that you can distribute, yes. I cannot use the keyboard shortcut because I mapped it to capturing videos with ShareX, but it's not a big deal. Oops. All right, so just let's save that. Okay, so apparently Rive is a web app. I heard that there also, okay, so let's just start with the 1 hour timer. All right. So yeah, Rive can be done in the web. Uh, I can already see that we have agent credits. So this means AI is definitely built in. So welcome to Rive. So we have an onboarding, but this is cheating. We won't do it. It's for tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I will probably look at the onboarding material and start to 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 check against today's session to see how much of uh, yeah, how much I got versus how wrong I was. Fun to me at least. Okay, so I suppose I need to create. It is this sidebar thing is really annoying. Create a project. So create a project. It's called BruteBookmark. So trash. We start with a trash folder. Awesome. I don't know. It's kind of weird to start with a trash folder, but why not? New folder, new file. Let's do a new file. Okay, scripting with Rive. I said no help. Create an artboard to get started. Okay, so we can define the size of an Instagram reel. So they have a lot of presets. Okay, so it's definitely presets that are oriented towards phone screens, desktop screens. It's not so much media for what, yes, some kind of media. Instagram story. Yeah, it's not Instagram story, it's Instagram reel, but story works, it's the same format. Okay. Bind new view model design animate. Animate, we have layers, entry, timeline, any state, exit. We have a console, problems, change it, audio. Okay. State machine. I don't know if I can work with this freaking window always popping out. Maybe I should do that in Chrome instead. At least I won't be annoyed by all of that. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. Mm, yeah, okay, sorry, but no, I don't want clues, I said. Got it. Untitled. Okay. Instagram story, one active. So design background, animate background, invite, publish. Okay, so the tools are here. File name, so this will be real 01. Export. Hey, for runtime, for backup. Okay, I think this is the type of files that are exported. This, I don't know what it is. Exported name. Open render queue. No schedule, so that's okay. Let's create an element. Let's see. So this is a rectangle. Group solo. I don't know why it's called artboard. Suspicious. Really, isn't that an artboard too? Huh, I'm sorry. I already fucked up my size. So let's go back. Suppose I can log that. Animate. Haven't I seen some layers somewhere? Hmm. So earlier I had something behind. It was when I animated layer one. Okay, so this is a layer, but probably not the kind of layer I expect because it looks like a node graph to me. Design background. If I do that, okay. Oh, what? Okay, this is weird. What is this tool? Bone. Okay, so some kind of rigging stuff. Sure. Okay, I don't need that right now. Okay, so I can definitely do shapes. Text. So the first, if I could, okay, so let me just show you where I'm at with the After Effects composition for the story. I've done a screen rec of the application, which I bumped in Topaz to showcase a few items. So this is only for the first reel, and this reel is about this part of the app, which is called the 2D controller. Let me just show it to you quickly here. So this is one item that I really like about it is that you can directly on the design change the size of the cards and the width of the page. And yeah, I think it's a feature that is both fun and handy. And I wanted to do my first reel about it. And so I have the video and I started to do the animation. And the problem with that is it's too small, I think, for a screen this size, barely readable. And I just want to instead redo a version of the logo where the brute is over the bookmark and also maybe showcasing the wireframe view. So maybe, yeah. So anyways, I want to build a more compact version of the logo that I can use for the reels while staying within the overall design. And yeah, maybe if I can just export uh, a static file of that, it would be a win for today. So I will add that to the Excalibur board so that we can keep track of things. But maybe it's already too much to ask. Sorry. Create a compact version of the logo that is more of a square than a super wide rectangle. All right, so let's go back to Rive. Where is it? Okay. I'm really not sure we will get there, but so text. Yes, I have text. Let's do text. Ooh, slowly, slowly, my friend. No, I don't want to rotate. So, well, yeah, the properties are there. Okay, yeah, it's indeed at the expected spot. I want you to be bigger, not only in X. So at least this is The scale with the squares is pretty standard. So far, I'm not completely lost. Where do you choose the font? Here. So the font is Outfit. I want Outfit extra bold. And I want Brut all caps. Bookmarks. Okay. Interesting. Can you have freeform text? No. It must be contained in a box. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, it's still there. No. Oh, okay. Ooh, sorry. Quiet. Be nice. Size, font size, extra bold. Okay, so that I like, the fact that you can slide to change values. It's nice. I don't see. Okay, so this is the sizing for the bounding box. Where is the size of the font? Oh, looks like you can do styles or something like that. Not sure, but maybe. Text modifiers. Okay, so these are animation tools. Okay, I think this is kerning stuff. Okay, so this is the tracking. I'm not sure I can have different font set. It's a little, the way it moves, it's a little annoying. So let's split our text into, oh, that was weird. So if I do Alt, yes. So standard 2. Looks like I lost what's in my keyboard, in my clipboard. Usually when you have scale controls like that, you also have one to do uniform scale, but I can't seem to find it. No, when I do that, I'm just, so if I do that, I just, yeah, I just moved I just resize the bounding box. Okay, so this somehow locks it. If I do Control plus, I'm zooming in and out. Okay, so far I'm failing to find a way to increase the size of the text with the keyboard. It's not a big deal, but how on earth do I make the text bigger? Fill stroke. Huh. Okay, so you add elements to the text. It's interesting. Okay, so the stroke is, this is annoying. This is really annoying. Why am I moving so fast across the artboard? Can we reorder? Yeah. Okay, so at least now I know how to do fill and stroke, but I still don't know how to make the text bigger. This is weird. I can probably use scale, but I'm sure there's not. Okay, hey, maybe now I can. No, this is a bit weird because I did lock the. So I can do that, but isn't there some way of controlling the font size directly? Maybe I should move on. I'm sure there is, but I just failed to see it. Okay, it's not a big deal. I will use scale. It's okay. I would love to know if there's a way to. So if I am to do scale, let's just size it like so. And this one, yes. And you will get bigger. Oh, okay, so it gets bigger with the bounding box. Sure. Why not? Big. Ah, you cannot roll the middle the mouse wheel to adjust size. It's not a very big deal, but it would have been nice. And oh yeah, you have modifiers on control, and if you do shift, yeah. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice touch. So shift for tens, control for uh, tens like 0.1, 0.2, and 3 for 1. Okay. I guess this is something. So, do we have line options? Yes, we do. If I right click, what do I have there? Wrapping, yes. No, this is weird. I don't know what this is. Oops. Wrapping, group, solo, and slice. Okay. So this looks like a lattice. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do with that, but we'll figure it out at some point. So no, I don't need a lattice. I would like to have some wrapping solo. No. Oh, okay, so I do have some kind of asset window here. It's called hierarchy. So I'm not sure if those are layers or not, but I don't know what. So I don't know what this solo is, but it's probably to solo things. So I can get rid of those two. So I don't know why the background is red. I know I made it red, but I don't know why we need it to be red. If this is the Okay, this is weird. This, oh, okay, so if I get rid of this, everything's gone. So it looks like, can I bring the text out of the Instagram artboard? I can, but if I delete that, it's gone. Okay. Create a tag. You can look for assets. So let's name our layers. So this is bookmarks. And this one is brute. I really don't like how speedy is the whole navigation. Uh, Maybe there are options to make it less. I don't know. I feel like when you have a mouth that is set on super speed, and I don't like that. So revision, create revision, publish library, export, share files, open render queue. Okay, I already did that. Skip runtime model, build those sounds. They have a sound library. Interesting. Okay. Uh, it's not the time for sound. Show shortcuts, documentation, community. Interesting. So if I do R, I get the rectangle tool. Yeah. And the rectangle tool does have fields and strokes. So if I move the rectangle underneath the text, I should see the text appear. So this is indeed some kind of layer system. So we can duplicate this rectangle. This is really annoying. Okay. Alt for center stuff. Classic. But very welcome. Okay. I feel like it's not perfectly aligned. But it looks like it is. Weird. So what do I do with that? So let's just grab our yellow from After Effects, from the website. Okay. Go away, Fugufish. And how do I create a clipping mask with that? Is that even possible? I don't know. Anyways, if it's not possible, I'm making a dark mode video with a blue background, so maybe I should just grab this color also, and instead of making the clipping mask, I just say that the text is the color of the background. Should do the trick, yes. And so I want you to have no fill. Rectangle. So which rectangle are you? You're the one for bookmarks. Why the yeah. So where can I modify this little path? No, I don't want to modify the path. I want to modify how it's rendered. So it looks like it's here, fills and strokes. So at the moment we have a fill. Okay. So the fill needs to be the blue now. Crap. Not this one. Yeah, you. But I'm selecting the text. I want to yeah. All right. So okay, and I want to add a stroke that is yellow. Add feather. No, I don't want to add feather, but I would like an eyedropper. Yes. Nice. And okay, so now I want to do the same thing for the text. So I wonder if I can simply copy the style, which I probably can, but the question will be, will I be able to find it? This is far from copy style. Nice. Nice and very easy. So far, I'm pretty happy. Okay, so the stroke is way too big for the text, but this is because I scaled the text. This is also why I wanted to make the font bigger and not the text bigger, because now I'm with a scaled text, which is annoying because instead of being precise, I'm now doing stuff with doigt mouillé, we say in French, which means uh, gauging by with just my eyes, which is not something that I like because I like precision. So I'm pretty sure we can find that there is an option to not do the scaling. So the scaling is 200%, which is actually nice because we can be precise that way because it's sufficient to divide the stroke by 2. Okay, I thought no, I went on a total rant that was pretty unjustified because my strokes were already uniform. They're just too big on both sides. And can I edit both strokes? No, I cannot. So I will do them one by one. So stroke should be 0.5, we said. I think 0.5 is nice. Yeah, 0.5 looks like what I have on the site. Okay, so I think this is already quite some progress because I will be able to export that maybe. So I'm not sure I like it like that with a little spacing. It was nicer, but this showed me that this stroke makes a tiny difference because it's an outer stroke. So I have two options here. I can either find a way to make it an inner stroke, which is probably possible, or I can apply a stroke to this box at the same size, and it will make them aligned. But let's explore if we can find the inner stroke option. So stroke, inherit. So this is, no, this is for the corners. Oh, we have a lot of fusion types. Blending mode, I wanted to. We have a lot of blending modes, no fusion types. Fusion types are not really a thing. Effects, no. Well, okay, I don't see an inner stroke in the options. Oh, maybe this is because this is the size. Fill to clockwise. Okay, I don't know where I clicked, but I will revert just in case. So yeah, we have this little thing here. So we can slide it, but doesn't that mean we can also push it? No. Fills and strokes are new. Okay, but how did you do anything before fills and strokes? I'm curious. Okay, so since time is already passing, and this is probably something that will emerge later on, I think we can simply apply the stroke on this rectangle too and move on to some other exploration. So add a stroke. Stroke will be this nice yellow and will be 0.5. And now everything is nice and aligned. This is really, really, really annoying. I will just grab some tea because I feel that my mouth is starting to dry. Uh, just a sec. Okay. So now that we've done that, I still feel that. This is really annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I like that better. Pen tool, ellipse tool, column tool, event tool, freeze tool, dependency graph, pan, hold, zoom in, zoom out. Zoom to 0, color picker, E, I, just like from create shape at the center. Okay, so those are pretty classic operations. Timeline. Oh, timeline. Interesting. Mm, okay. Okay, let's try to export this. So export for runtime, for backup, export option, export a name, remove names from export. What if I, oops, select all? Can't I select? Okay, so this is new. Oh, I cannot. Okay, so selection is click only. You cannot marquee select, it looks like. Right click, copy. What if I copy that into Affinity? No, no, it's not working like that. Okay, so wrap in some kind of fancy grouping. I have no clue what export name might be. Assets. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so this is to send to the web, apparently. I don't know what play is, but okay, so to marketplace. Can I make just a freaking SVG or PNG or anything like that. Share file. No, this will share the Rive file. Save. Okay, so I'm definitely stuck here. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Maybe keep exploring, and it's consider it's not a big deal if, yeah, let's keep exploring. So let's go to the animate tab, entry timeline one, any state, exit. State machine one, animations. If I add something, a timeline, state machine, okay, so second timeline. I don't think I need one, given the fact that I have first timeline that I don't know what to do with. Oh, I wasn't even in the timeline, actually. So this looks like easing options. This looks like a graph editor. Oh, keys. We have keys. So what if I don't want to see the console? Clear console, panel option, copy console. Select a key. I don't have no keys. How can I add a key? So let's say that at frame 20, I move this. Still no key. Move keys. So what if I bring that in here? No, no. Move, bring to the front, attack, delete, split. I'm definitely not going anywhere. So let's go to the state machine. Entry makes timeline one. So do we have any more information? Connect to, connect from, connect and from snapping. Any state, event. What if I add on enter? Okay. Okay. Mhm. Oh, we can do elastic stuff. Nice. Okay, so let's keep this interpolation. Listeners, inputs. Level up your state machine. Export data bindings. So data bindings is something we've seen previously in Houdini and Copernicus, especially with the OpenCL stuff. So I don't know what type of data we can bind, probably input data from the user on the internet, but transition, timeline one. Layer. What is the layer? Listeners. So, oh, number, Boolean, trigger. Let's add the trigger. I'd like to add position data. How can I do that? Head to next, move keys forward. I don't even know how to add a key. Oh, it's there. Okay. I feel stupid now. Okay, so let's add a key. No, it's not a key. Okay, we'll see. Okay, I thought I've. Oh, okay, so I did find something, but I see no key in there. Oh, okay, you have to. Yes. So this is definitely the graph editor. It has the easing that was. So I have to select the keys before. Okay. So let's just go back for a sec. Remove everything. Is it possible to remove everything? Yes. Oh, no. Okay, so I no longer have keys. But I still have that in there, which is paragraph spacing. I don't know why I have enough keys on that. Okay, so I lost everything in there. It's okay. It's what I wanted. So let's group that. Okay. I suppose I can key. Okay, so keys are everywhere actually. I don't know how I missed them before, but position. Yeah. As soon as I click a key, so dimensions are separated by default, which is an interesting choice. I don't know what this is. But let's say no. Okay. Okay, so I have the simplest of animations, but it's still progress. Computed transform. Okay, blend, click, constraint, draw, order, transfer distance, follow path. Oh, okay. So I found how to make some kind of a null, but it's not really what I wanted to do. Okay, so now I have a very basic animation. Can I export that to something other than some kind of React component or whatever? Schedule tasks. Ooh, I might be onto something. I have no clue where it is supposed to end up. Let's check our downloads. No. I exported the video, but I don't know where. This is awesome. Cute. So maybe it's somewhere on the website. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so it imported my font, which is interesting. Hierarchy, share file, open auto render queue, all viewports, enable layout animation. Let's go back to our render queue. This is weird that we have not a destination in here. Yeah, this I already did. Oh, okay. It looks like we have a file. Okay, it's super small, but it respects the. So we have one question answered. It's totally possible to do the reels inside of Rive, but can we bring in video? Still unknown. So what did I do to? Oh yeah. So you have to click there to download, which, yeah, why not? View model. I don't know what view model is. What did I do? Oh no. Okay, so this is like After Effects. The tilde, not like After Effects, but a little bit like it. Tilde makes the ah makes the window bigger, makes the window full screen, I should say. So if we can export the animation like that, we can probably export the design like that too. So let's go to add to render queue, and yes, and we can export it to SVG. Okay, not bad. So can I name it just compact BruteBookmark logo? So I should probably not do the export as the back. Can I create a new? So let's just forget that. Uh, create a new artboard. No, this is not something we can do. No, this is a new window. Not at all what I meant. Stage. Okay, so let's just resize our account. Ah, annoying. This is kind of weird, but I think I'm doing that completely wrong, but almost there, almost there. Yes. Okay. Now I think we can. I'm just curious what happens with our animation now that it's all messed up. Yeah, so the data from the animation makes it so that, okay, no, so it's completely preserved. It's just that now everything is outside of the canvas zone. So if I export that, it will probably be empty, which we can check. To render Q. Uh, yes, as expected. So let's move back to the design tab and export our SVG. Add to render queue, make that an SVG, size auto. I don't think it matters much. And this time, call it yes, brute bookmarks. Oh, look at that. 1 hour exactly. And we've managed to create a very basic logo with bookmarks. What was compact logo? Go completed. Download. Zip. Why? Zip. Weird, but Why not? Oh, okay, so it's working. We have nice separated elements. It's just weird that it's in a zip, but why not? I don't mind. Yeah, okay. Okay, so, well, this went better than what I expected. Uh, it's interesting because there are a lot of things that are completely like you would expect them to be. So this is really nice. It's it looks responsive. It's well designed. I don't know exactly what to say. Some things are a bit foreign at the moment, but I think it's to be expected because this is something that has some overlap with what I already know, but is also crossing over a field that I'm a big noob. So this was to be expected. Um, so let's just go back to our board with questions and things like that, just to. Um, so this is not really interesting. Can you use Rive as a classic video renderer? So to that, we found the answer, and it is yes, absolutely. Integration with AI tools. So we've seen that there is this, where was it? Yeah, we have agent here. And so I didn't want to use it because apparently I only have $5 of credit. No, that's not the reason. The reason is we were not asking for help this session and we didn't. And obviously it would have been very tempting to ask the agent for help, but it's also a bit of a shame to use it to answer help questions at this point. So yes, there is an agent. I do wonder how raster medias are handled. So this is still to be discovered because I haven't seen any import button. At least I don't think I have. Yeah, we have export, but didn't see no imports. But we have this asset tab, so yeah, we can upload. We can definitely upload. So let's say I want to upload that and put that here. I absolutely can. So that means there is some kind of pipe for raster images. I don't know about videos. Let's test it super quickly. Assets plus upload. And we just downloaded videos. So let's go. Where are you? Okay, so let's find by type. Just PNG. What? I do have videos in there. I know that for a fact. Okay, so maybe it's simply that you cannot import videos. It would look like. Yeah. So maybe there's a way around that with WebP because you can do WebP video, but this is a bit of a stretch. But maybe this is the way to do that. We'll discover that at another time. So this is definitely something worth taking note of. Import raster images. Yes. Can import WebP. Would it work for video? Ooh, okay. Can you work with timeline or is it so? Yes. how much of design tools built in versus things you have to import? Well, it looks like the design suite is pretty complete. Maybe not, I don't know how complete it is, but the basics are here, definitely. Create a compact version of the logo that is more of a square than a super wide rectangle. Mission accomplished. Yes. Sorry. Okay, so this was definitely fun. I liked the exploration. I don't know what I want to do next in that case, because maybe we can simply continue exploring before taking the onboardings. I don't know. I will take some time to think of it, and I plan to do the second live for that tomorrow. And yeah. Okay, so this is it for today. I hope this was interesting. I don't know. If you do watch that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.